said that my fan's actually not really being picked up because it's over here, like behind the mic. So I guess my mic's just better than I thought it was. I need this fan.
All right. Sorry, I have to get my throat out. I don't know.
Behind the mic. The right words. So I guess my mic's just better than I.
Okay. And then I'm gonna tweet this out on the Twitter. All right, everyone's still here?
No.
See, Ben's gone.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry.
Okay, he's here. Okay.
Nodded off a little bit.
All right.
I get it.
God damn, my throat is just... It's like I'm sucking a dick all day or something.
Well, maybe you shouldn't have done that. Have some foresight before the podcast. Rude.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Trash Shot Gamescast. Each every week, friends gather around and talk about sucking dicks, and Ben just dropped out.
Too lewd for him.
Are you back, Ben?
I'm alive.
Hi. Today I have with me Justin.
The Kardashians must be stopped.
And Ben.
Rest in peace, Grumpy Cat.
No. I woke up this morning, I saw that on my Twitter feed, I was so sad.
Yeah, she was only 7.
That's pretty young for a cat.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, dwarf cats, like, they have a lot of health issues.
Oh.
And UTIs are one of the leading causes of death in cats. UTIs, which seems crazy because, like, that's not that extreme for people, but they go unmonitored in cats. They might, like, you know, pee outside the litter box or whatever, but it's like, oh, they're just acting out. You don't realize it's an actual problem. And, yeah.
Okay. So, Justin, you want to start off this week with any game that you've played?
Yeah. So first of all, I do have to go back because it was probably confusing. Kim and Kanye had their newest baby. I just saw on my Twitter feed. I do not actually like care about them, but they named their baby Psalm, like Psalm.
Oh, why?
Because they're the worst. They shouldn't keep having children if they're going to keep giving them terrible names.
They should be put into Child Protective Services.
Yeah. I won't make this a political matter, but I was going to make a joke. Anyway. So yeah, games. That's what we're here for. I haven't been playing too much. I haven't been here in a few weeks, so I will say that I've gotten a little bit further in my Lego adventure. Lego Harry Potter. I'm still very behind where we are in the movies because we're about to watch the 5th movie sometime this weekend, probably tomorrow night. And I am like in the middle of the second game. Well, the second movie game because it's the first game. The first game has the 4. It's confusing. But I'm noticing that like they do actually progress. Like you get like 2 spells in the first movie part, and I was like, I have all this room still, but you are basically just navigating the same areas, getting more spells to fill your radial. Like it feels very much like you go to a place, do the thing there. Like sometimes it's just like, potions class or something, and then you go right back to where you came from. And it's a lot of like just trekking through the same areas, like hitting things for Lego bits, whatever you call those. And that stuff's kind of tedious. But like the moments that are actually like recreating things from the movies /books are actually still really fun. And they have some cool like takes on the gameplay formula, but that's like a really old game, so I don't need to actually review it. I'm enjoying it. Um, Aside from that, I had put off Mortal Kombat 11 for a while until the patches and stuff went through. So now that that's all updated to parity, as they've been saying, I jumped back into that, just kind of doing some of the more of the training and stuff to unlock things. Um, I completed the actual like mechanic tutorials, although there were a few at the end that I skipped. Like I thought I could just it has like a skip option, and I thought it would just go to the next thing, and it's whatever. Like you don't have to worry about it, but it doesn't actually give you completion credit for it.
You got to do the work, buddy.
Which I guess, yeah, that makes sense. But there's one that was really frustrating. I don't remember which one it was. One I just sucked at, and I got tired of doing
Was
it.
perfect blocking?
No, that actually wasn't that bad. It's the combos. Combos always throw me off because I'm using the Switch controller, like the puppy dog controller, and it just feels like the timing is off. I don't know. Because like I'll watch the thing happen, like I'll watch the demo, and it'll work, and I'll see that I'm like hitting the buttons right, but then I'll do it, and it's just not like connecting the moves together.
You have
So
to get the
seems
the
like
frame
it's not me.
down.
Yeah,
You, I think they explained this in the tutorial, but you can't with Mortal Kombat 11. You kind of have to input the combo before, so like you basically get through the whole sequence before that first frame, that first movement is hit. So like if like you're using this controller, if the move is X Y X Y X, you don't just hit X then Y and X. You got to hit X Y X Y and it'll do it. It's like,
I know, but it's the ones that are like special move cancels, or where you have to wait a beat and then connect the next attack. Like those always trip me up. But there was one I swear just literally wasn't working. Like I think it was a Baraka combo thing, and it was supposed to go into like a grab and stab thing, but I did it over and over again. And like if I slowed it down and like did each individual part of the combo, each individual part would work. But when I tried to do them together, it kept like somehow using his he slices his blades together and shoots out a beam. And I wasn't even doing the buttons that make that move happen. But for some reason, the combo that I was putting in was doing that move instead of the move it was supposed to do. So I just skipped it. I was like, I can't, like, it's literally not doing the right moves when I'm putting in the right buttons. So I don't know. It was weird. But maybe I'll go back to those. Maybe I won't care. I don't know. But I moved on to the character tutorials just to get some of their alternate costumes and stuff. Most of them aren't really teaching me anything I didn't already know. Like it goes through a few special moves and then some of their best combos. But there are a few of the combos I'm like, oh, I can remember that. So I'm not like ready to fight or anything, but it is helping actually. I've never really gone deep into the frames and things like that, and like perfect blocking and all. But
you
like
don't
going
really
through
need to
those
worry
tutorials,
about that, honestly.
yeah, I get that. But like going through those tutorials, I actually did see some like mechanics that I can take advantage of, like the burning meter to dash out of the way, like on get up, or like delaying your get up so that I'm trying to learn the terms too. Delaying your get up so that like someone's ready to attack you and like they miss because you delay and then you get up and hit them while they're vulnerable. Like that kind of stuff is pretty cool actually. Also, Frost is still awesome. She's got some great combos. Whatever.
I played her.
Yeah, but you have bad taste, so your opinion doesn't matter. Aside from that, I also started up a Ocarina of Time randomizer. I've seen a few people, like our friends VG Dad and Magic Zenith, both start up some randomizers recently, and I heard some really good things about the Ocarina of Time one. My problem is like the Zelda games I like the most, I don't like randomizers of, because they're the more non-traditional ones where it's not just like dungeon, and so they don't make for good randomizers. Like last night I was watching Zenith stream the Majora's Mask randomizer, and that seemed awful because like you have to do the side quests and things, but it's depending on which items you have, so you have to really remember everything. He had like a group of people in his stream that were all taking notes and like referencing back to him, so he would always have someone in chat that can like help him out, you know, when he like forgets where a certain item is located and stuff like that. It's crazy. But Ocarina of Time is actually really cool because that grind of, you know, dungeon to dungeon to dungeon kind of makes me not like the game that much, like playing normally, because it's just a little bit boring. This makes you actually do things differently because you're thinking, okay, what treasure chests, like regardless of when, you know, dungeon order or anything like that, it's just what treasure chests can I get to now to make progress. So you start doing a lot of things out of order. It makes you think about the game differently, and it makes that like that kind of traditional Zelda formula get flipped on its head a little bit, and actually makes me enjoy the game more. Like I did it so that I don't have a sword built into the like the game. I forget the wording of the randomizer, but basically you don't start with the sword, and it's not in the like intro location, so it's just actually part of the randomizer. So I still don't have a sword. Like one of the first things I got was bombs, which has helped. But I'm basically just using bombs and Deku sticks to attack everything because it's all I got. Like I'm Kid Link, I can't get to Adult Link yet because I also didn't put the Temple of Time into the normal rotation. So I have to actually like get to the point where I can become Adult Link, like by getting the Ocarina of Time, and I actually do have the Song of Time, but and being able to open up the gates and do that transformation. I don't know if you need the actual stones. That's not clear, but you do need the Ocarina to be able to open the door. So yeah, I'm stuck as a kid, and basically everything I've been getting is for Adult Link. Like I have the Megaton Hammer, I have the bow, I have the Iron Boots, like all this stuff I can't use, and I've gotten 4 Deku shields as part of just the random generator. And you can also like randomly get ice traps in treasure chests. I've gotten 3 of those, but I have no actual items that are useful for Kid Link. So really bad RNG, but it's actually super fun. I did like the very beginning of the first dungeon, like the Deku Tree, until you have to have the slingshot, and then I couldn't progress anymore. I actually got locked in a room where you're supposed to get the slingshot because I couldn't knock the ladder down. So I had to save and quit and boot myself back into the beginning of the dungeon. And then I ran around, got to the second dungeon because I had bombs, and went through as much of that as I could. But because there was a room you need the slingshot to be able to hit an eye, and I couldn't do that. And I think there's something I needed the sword for. I can't remember. And I can't get to Zoro's domain yet because I don't have the Zelda's Lullaby or whatever song you need to open the waterfall. So I don't even know where I can go to get more stuff. So I think I might be stuck. But as far as I know, like logic-wise, you can't get stuck. I just don't know that game super well. But yeah, I like randomizers. They're kind of fun. They're tricky, and you really have to know the game. And I don't know any game well enough to actually do well at it. But I think back to like that Link to the Past Super Metroid randomizer I did, like mixing those games, and like that's one of the most fun times I've had with like a game. Well, I was streaming it, so that was fun too. But with just like a set of games, I guess technically, and it wasn't even like a legal gaming experience. It was like someone hacked that together. But I don't know. There's something fun about that stuff. But I'll never do a Majora's Mask randomizer. Zenith did say that we should get like a few people together and like have a competitive randomizer. To like see who can like get
whose
far...
RNG is better.
Right, basic. Well, no, it'd be the same seed. It's just who can get through it the fastest.
Okay.
That
makes sense.
Because you can do that. You can share your seed. Like it gives you a code whenever you build the. Stop. I realized what I said, but stop.
I don't want any of your crap.
Rude. Um,
Ah.
there's so much seed to give. Like whenever you generate the your version of the randomizer, but that takes so much longer to say than seed. Whatever, child. Um, it gives you like kind of a code sequence, and you just have to make sure someone else has that same code sequence as when they play, and their RNG will be exactly the same. Or you can just share your ROM, but that's illegal. Side note, it's really hard to like actually like find the stuff you need for a randomizer because you have to have the exact version of the game that like the randomizer code can modify. And it's hard enough to find ROMs on the internet anymore since Nintendo's cracked down. So finding the exact version is even harder. You basically have to hope that someone is sharing it. So I don't. It's weird to me that randomizers are so popular, but it's so hard to find the games that are being randomized. Yeah, that's for most of my time, and the last few days was that randomizer. But we'll get to it in the news. But I got the game vouchers that kind of were promoted with Super Mario 2 or Maker 2, and I paired that with Hyrule Warriors. I've been wanting that game for a while, but I couldn't find a good sale on it, so this is just the cheapest way to get it. I literally just spent like 15 minutes with it before we started, but it's the same game. Like for the most part, it's the same game. It still actually looks a little rough. They didn't really improve that much on it. I thought at least the resolution would be better, but there's a few times in the cutscenes when it looks like it dropped to like at least 900p, if not lower, and that's kind of weird. And the one cool feature I've seen so far that I think they took from the Fire Emblem Warriors game was that you can switch between characters in the missions. Because I think before, like you had other characters in the missions with you, but you had to just choose your main, and then they just did things alongside you, which can be really frustrating because like you're hoping that they don't fail at what they're doing while you're focusing on something else. And of course they fail. They're computer controlled. So this way, like instead of having to run across the map to try to save them, you can just toggle over, and it makes the missions a lot less tedious and time consuming. So I think that's going to help the game a lot. But I don't know what else has changed because it forced me into like the legend mode or whatever, like the story mode. Nothing else is unlocked yet. So I assume I probably have to like beat the tutorial mission or whatever, and then it'll unlock the other modes. But I'll report back on more on that next week. I also tried to transfer everything from my Switch SD card over to a larger one, following the tutorials that just basically say copy the SD card contents to your computer and then copy them from your computer to a new SD card.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, that doesn't work. Like, it shows it's all there on the card, but then I put the card into my Switch, and none of the games are downloaded. So, like, it has a little cloud icon where I can just, download data. Like, not a big deal. It's all backed up to the cloud, like my saves and everything. But it still had to re-download it. And I thought, it just has to, like, basically search for the existing data on the card. But it was, like, 2-hour-long downloads for each game. So it was clearly just re-downloading the same data.
Were your
I don't know if
saves
it's a
still
duplicate
there?
or not. I haven't tried.
Okay.
The only thing I booted up was Hyrule Warriors, and I hadn't played that yet.
Yeah.
So, but I'll try it out with Mortal Kombat soon. I forgot to check that.
Because that works with 3DSs. Like I actually did that recently. So I'm
Yeah,
surprised.
but what worries me is like I didn't delete the stuff off. Like I just put it into the Switch, and then it said it had to re-download everything.
Yeah, it's weird.
So I'm hoping, like when I went to the storage, it showed like 119 gig free or whatever, because it's a 128 gig card. So if it's showing that the card is empty, but when I put it on my computer, it's showing there's like 56 gigs or whatever worth of stuff on there, is it going to fill up like 60 some gigs on this card and then say it's full, even though it shows like 60 gigs free on the Switch? Like, is it that confused?
That's weird.
Or is it just like it had to re-download, like basically replace all of those files?
Yeah, whatever was lost.
Yeah, and it's still taking the same amount of space. It just went through and like replaced everything, taking up the same amount of space. So I don't know. I kind of want to take the card back out, put it in my computer, and see how much space is actually free. But that seems like a lot of work, and I don't really care that much. But the goal was because I was running out of space. I was having to delete things off when I got Mortal Kombat 11 because I'm just mostly doing digital these days. So I got this new card for my for Christmas that I hadn't even pulled out of the packaging yet. So I was like, fine. There's a new update that supposedly made all this transfer stuff easier, like transferring user and save data and stuff. Didn't work for me. So if anyone out there knows an easy way to transfer Switch data, please let me know, because the tutorials online did not work. That's all I got.
Ben, are you awake?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm gonna be probably brief, but a lot of Mortal Kombat 11. A lot of Mortal Kombat 11. I'm on that grind. I've officially have done 90% of the characters to arcade mode endings, which is cool. Some of them I could deal without. But the one that kind of made me mad, not at the character or anything, but like at idiots. Because if you weren't, and it has to do with Jax.
I've heard about this.
Remember, and you were right to not remember. But when the arcade ending for Jax was released or showed online, a lot of idiots out there claiming that it's white genocide, it's white genocide. And I've never been into Jax. I've just never liked him. He's a grappler. I don't really like playing grapplers in fighting games. And he always just works weird to me. So I finally did his arcade ending. I was originally going to do Jackie's arcade ending. I was like, let's just do Jax's. Let's get his out of the way. He's all right in this game, just not my playstyle. And I did it. And so, like, it's typical ending, like, everybody gets it, they go to the Chronosphere, and, like, what do? I want to save my family. But then he's like, wait a minute, this could be so much bigger. I could help people like me, black people, get a chance in life and, not have to wait 100 years for people to be woke. He actually uses the word woke, and that was a little weird. Yeah, but, like, I don't know if this is young Jax or old Jax. It's weird. Anyways, so basically, he makes it so that instead of Europeans coming to enslave Africans, they basically make them, like, there's a quick image of them bowing to them, and he basically, Africa, at least from what I can say, basically turns into Wakanda, but for the entire continent, like
if Killmonger goes away.
Less violent.
It became a what continent?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Anyways, so the ending is entirely focused on Jax in, like, traditional African garb, or at least, like, wearing something. I don't know what the actual name is. And there's Jackie and there's his wife, and I'm like, where the fuck do you idiots get white genocide from? Like, nothing in there. Like, it's gonna focus on Jax. Like,
it kind of rewrote history.
Like,
that's
but he
the whole
didn't kill
point.
white people. He just made it so that black people weren't oppressed or enslaved and to this day, hundreds of years. Like, that's all he did. He didn't kill anybody. Like, it's like, that's the part that pisses me off. It's like, where do you get it? Like, I kept thinking, well, maybe Jax did go fucking crazy and kill all the white people. It's Mortal Kombat, whatever, right? But he doesn't. He literally says, for the betterment of all, not for the betterment of just black people. He says, for the betterment of all. We just see Jax, and like that's it. I'm like, are you fucking kidding? You fucking idiots.
White people get very afraid of not being the master race anymore.
Fucking bitches, man. Fuck Nazis. Anyways, but yeah, I've done a lot of Towers of Time. I put more time to Kung Lao, who is my old main in MK9. I love Kung Lao in this game.
Good.
I love doing his fatal blows so much. So far, I think I've narrowed it down to both Katana and Kung Lao and how I want to play this game. I still dabble around with Sub-Zero, Scorpion, Kotal, Shao, a little bit of Liu Kang, but I think those are primarily the characters I'm going to play. And then, whenever I do the character towers, but those are my focuses. And I also played online for the first time. I said I probably wasn't going to do it for a long time, but there was a daily challenge where it was like, play 3 matches online. Okay, we'll just do them and get the money, get the rewards, whatever. And, like, number 1, play on the Switch, and you're not playing on a hard connection. Do not, I repeat, do not select the tournament stage. Actually, don't select the tournament stage at all, because that is the laggy. That Kodokan's Arena and our area below Kodokan's Arena are the laggiest fucking stages in the entire game online. It is borderline. It is underwater. Any other place like the Fire Gardens, Shang Tsung's Island, the Lin Kuei Factory, all those are fine. Even the nightclub's fine. But those 3 stages, I swear to God, you pick them, I'm gonna hate you. I'm gonna hate you forever. But don't pick tournament because with all the screens going on in the background, it just causes so much lag and it's frustrating. But when you do have a connection with somebody, it runs pretty well. Like it's all right. There's moments of lag in there, but like it's all right. I immediately went back to Towers of Time because the next day I was like, okay, let's go play some more casuals. I ran into 3 Aaron Blacks. I got perfect at three different times. It was bad. I didn't know what to do. I haven't felt that confused in a fighting game in so long. I was like, okay, I'm running away. I'm going back to single player. I'm out of here. I don't need to deal with this. I got command grabbed. I got acid thrown me. It wasn't fun. It was not fun. But I do love fighting scorpions because I know those motherfuckers, all they want to do is teleport. That's all they want to do. So there's no better feeling when I can predict when a scorpion's going to teleport, and then I block and then punish. It's like, yes. And then, or if I get a crushing blow out of it if I do the right move. It's so great.
I'm just a little offended you said you played online for the first time. Am I nothing to you?
Oh yeah, it's been a long day. Leave me alone.
He meant randos,
like randos. Like that's what I mean. Like you and me. It's just casuals. Like when I'm playing online, I'm kind of serious. When I'm playing against randos, I'm kind of serious.
Oh, so you don't have to take me seriously. Is that what you're saying?
I mean,
I'm a joke to you.
Do you want me to be honest right now?
No.
Okay, then this is like we had fun. I don't play it seriously when you and I play, but when I'm playing randos, like it's a little more serious because I want to beat the 12-year-old down. Especially it's also so satisfying when you get brutalities because thankfully Kung Lao and Kitana both have relatively easy brutalities to do. Unlike certain characters, which is like you have to do like a whole skip and a dance just to get them. But it's so satisfying to nail those. But that's all I've been really playing. I haven't even touched Golf Story that much since last time I talked about it. Not that it's not uninteresting. It's just like I just want to play more Mortal Kombat. Like I spent $100 in this game, man. I'm gonna get all my money that I had for it. Plus, I have the DLC roster leaked for me, and I won't say who they are, but 2 of the characters has me very excited. So I'm glad.
Oh, you actually we both know. I mean, we
both know because we looked at it.
I'm willingly spoiled. I was listening to a podcast and they were like, "No spoiler warnings. Here's the list." I'm like, "Motherfucker!"
That's not cool.
I'm like, okay. I guess I know who's here. So now I'll just be hyped for what they look like. Let's just say, again, I won't say it, but there's 2 characters in there.
Let's talk about it.
Being very vague.
I don't want to spoil it for people.
Being very vague. Was it the
It was the most recent one that was.
Was it the Mortal Kombat characters or the other characters?
The other characters. It's 2 specific other characters from other franchises. One of them is from the 90s. Well, actually, 2 of them are from the 90s. Well, another one's from the 80s. But there's 2 characters in there that has me very excited.
I'm just surprised that's what would excite you, actually.
Really,
I think they're all pretty much all awful, honestly.
No, they're not.
The character from the 90s that is. Okay, that was hugely popular back then. A character that I profess to have loved. Go back to other episodes and you might find out who that is. That's the number 1, and I've been wanting him in Mortal Kombat for a long time, so I'm excited about that.
They just seem so unnecessary, though. That's what I'm saying. Like I can't see good move sets. It's like the fact that they put Leatherface and Jason in there. Like they're very basic characters.
Yeah, but they're gonna look cool, especially the one I want. He's gonna look cool.
I'm curious about a few. That's all I'll give it.
One of them, I'm like, really? But okay, whatever.
I think we all know who that is.
Yeah, I think we do. Whatever. But that's enough for me. I don't want to talk anymore.
Okay.
Speaking of jokes.
So yeah, I played some more Box Boy plus Box Girl, and yeah, it's
pressure's on. People are listening.
It's all right. No, it's a simple like puzzle platformer.
Yeah.
I've gotten past the first set of worlds because it's weird how they call them. They call them worlds and then they call them levels. I guess stage. I guess I could say stage, but stage is smaller than world. That doesn't make any sense. Anyways, uh, galaxy. Okay, so I move on from the first galaxy to the next one, and you gain different abilities in each galaxy. I'm gonna stick with this galaxy metaphor. So I kind of got through the first one. Gives me like a grappling hook, so I can move boxes around and then have it. So say like there's a ledge above me, I can shoot a box out of my chest and up and then around, and I can hook up around.
That's awesome. I don't know you got new abilities.
Yeah, so you get a new one. It seems like for every galaxy there is. I just got a new one where I can actually hop. If I put boxes below me, I can like hop without touching the ground, which is pretty cool. Yeah, like it's fun, simple puzzle platformer. I don't really care for the music. The music seems kind of trite and just like really annoying. Like it just got on my nerves after a while, and I turned it off. Which is a shame because I would like to have good music in a puzzle game. Yeah,
Play your own music.
that's pretty much what I do. I just like turn my music off and listen to podcasts or something.
Yeah, I've never really understood people. I mean, granted, I usually don't have the sound on with whatever game I'm playing. I'll have like I play a game and have something on the other screen. But I've never understood people complain about bad music in a game. Like, you have the entire universe of music at your fingertips.
Yeah, but
Just
if you
mute the
have
game.
good music with the game, it enhances the game. At least for me, anyways. Like it's a whole audio-visual experience. I like to enjoy.
Well, you can create that with other music.
But sometimes
I
the
know,
music
I
doesn't
know.
fit. Okay. I know it's not the same thing, but like Destiny, when I'm like going through like dungeons and like raids and bosses and stuff, like when the boss theme hits, like it instills like an emotion in me and a feeling that I wouldn't get from like listening to, I don't know, like Guns N' Roses or something.
I don't know. There's a lot of like older games, like from the late, well, I say older, but like early 2000s that I used to always have my own music playing, and like I still, when I hear those songs, I remember those games. Like it just takes me back to those memories because it's just like it's an auditory recall.
Yeah.
So I understand that from both sides. Like you can create the experiences by like having a song that you always play when you play a game, so it's like you connect those two. Or if it has really good music, you're like, oh man, I have to listen to that because I missed this game and I can't play it right now. But I can listen to the music, and I love the music in it.
Yeah.
So I get it. But
yeah, it's not the same thing though, because this is like again a small like puzzle game where you're not gonna have the boss encounter. You know, like it's not gonna be the same thing. So yeah, it doesn't really matter with that stuff. You can switch between boy and girl while you're doing this. The story of this game is like your boxes and you have kids and then they got swept away and now you have to go find your kids.
It's Taken?
Yeah, I guess so. I guess it's Taken. It's like
Taken 4.
it's like a husband
time.
Husband and wife like Taken going for the kids. Yeah, there's really not a whole lot to say about it. I think it's like $10, maybe even less.
Yeah. I want to pick it up eventually.
I haven't played the co-op stuff yet, so I don't know how that's like. If that's different puzzles or not sure. But it's a nice like commute experience, for sure. Other than that, I've been playing Mirror's Edge Catalyst again. I decided to pick that up randomly. Maybe it's best that they only made 2 games and not anything else.
Yeah.
Because Catalyst, it's not like it's bad. It just feels unnecessary because it just retcons the entire first game. And it's like, well, that's not really what I wanted from this. The open world is kind of neat and like collecting stuff, but there's not a whole lot to do. The combat sucks. Like trying to get behind guys that are blocking all your attacks so you can just kick them in the back 20 times to kill them isn't very satisfying. Yeah, it's a shame. And then I also played Vampyr. I don't know if you guys remember that game, Vampyr with the Y.
Masquerade?
No, Vampyr with the Y.
That's not helping me.
Vampyr.
No, I understand the spelling,
Yeah.
but it's not helping me.
Well, it came out I think last year, and I haven't gotten very far into it. Like I see there's a lot of systems and stuff that I can check out, but like right away it feels like such a low quality, like a B tier game. It's very low quality.
I can't picture what this is.
As soon as you see it, you'll know what it is. You're like, oh yeah, that thing.
Do you like Steam? Okay. Well, because I think of like there was a game at like the Game Awards or something that was announced like last year or the year before. I was thinking it was called like Witchfire or something like that, and that's what I thought you were talking about at first.
No,
you still haven't seen that.
That's
right?
the first.
Like, that's not out.
Yeah, that's not out. That's the first person shooter game, right?
Okay.
From Painkiller, right?
I think so. Vampyr.
Yeah, Vampyr.
Vampyr. Yeah. Okay, I know what this is now.
It's okay. I think there's supposed to be like a whole morality system where like the game gets easier the more you feed on people. At least that's what they're telling me. Like you rise from the dead and the first person you end up killing is your sister, for some reason. It's you just bite her. She's like, "Oh my god, you're alive!" And then all you see is the blood in her heart. You don't see her face. Like there's some interesting like visual stuff going on here, but
it's got a nice visual style.
Yeah, it just feels very B tier quality game. So yeah, I think I'm gonna try and finish off Mirror's Edge and then hop into Vampyr and give it some more playtime, just to see what else opens up. Because there's a lot of systems in there that I haven't looked at.
The combat looks rough.
Yep. It looks like PS2 kind of like hack and slash combat.
Yeah.
Alright, let's move on into the news then. So Justin.
Uh-huh.
What do you think of this Minecraft Earth Pokemon?
Oh, it's from Don't Nod. Okay. Not the Minecraft thing. Vampyr. Yeah. Where is that? There it is. I don't really know what to make of it yet. Like I watched the trailer and I read the information on it, but I still don't really know what it is. They make it sound like you basically as you're going around in the wild, kind of similar to Pokemon, you're finding like different blocks and things like that. So like, you might be walking along and like be able to tap on like a ground block, or like find a chicken or something and you can tap on that and like get meat or whatever, like things that you can basically kind of break in the real world to collect into your your stash. And then I guess you can build like small structures and things in your phone screen and like place those finished structures into the world. But currently only you can see them. They haven't figured out how to share them yet because of course there's just going to be dicks everywhere. So they have to be able to regulate that. But the trailer makes it seem like it does a good job of like, kind of showing like phone borders around the things that are in the world, but it makes it seem like you're basically just going around and like interacting with the Minecraft elements of the map as you go, like Pokemon Go, but with blocks and chickens and stuff. But that doesn't really seem conducive to like what Minecraft is. Like just collecting blocks as you walk around and then putting those into like little spires and castles and stuff, like that's not Minecraft. So unless there's more to it than that, I don't know. Because I'm honestly kind of ready for a new like AR collection type game. They just added some new Pokemon and a few features and things like that to Pokemon Go. Like there's lures that act as the evolution stones for the new Eevee forms, Glaceon and Leafeon or whatever. So like you drop those lures and then you can evolve the Eevee into those forms. Kind of cool. But it's got like there was a Detective Pikachu thing. I'll get back to the point, but there was a Detective Pikachu thing going on where literally like it was just a bunch of like Apom and Jigglypuff and a few other random Pokemon that are from that movie all popping up, and that's all you were getting. Like there was nothing else. So there's just a lot of the same thing over and over again for like a week. So I just stopped playing. Like there was no reason to pull it up when I didn't need any of the stuff that kept dropping. So now there's new ones and I'm excited again. But like I'm kind of over it also. And so like for the right person, this is the kind of thing that would probably pull them away from Pokemon Go. I think I'm more excited for Harry Potter still. Because as I mentioned, I'm kind of hard into Harry Potter again. But I just don't understand what they're trying to do with this. And the trailer doesn't really sell it very well. Like, it's cool. It shows them, like, you know, like, she's walking around, like, seeing other people also playing and, like, seeing their structures pulling up and stuff. But they explicitly said that there's not going to be, like, public sharing yet. So I don't know if it's going to be, like, an Animal Crossing situation where, you know, you can invite someone into your world and they can see the things you've built. Like if they agree to see them, or if it's just not going to be a feature yet. But let's see. Let's actually read some of the stuff that's on here. Players can explore their neighborhood to find blocks, then use any flat surface to build on. Using build plates, players can team up with friends to create and place them in the real world to explore at life size and leave for others to see. Players can craft new items, breed mobs, grow crops, and more. However, players will also encounter hostile mobs out in Minecraft Earth that they'll have to fight off. It's unclear at the time exactly how Microsoft intends to moderate content out into this AR world. So, yeah, it says that you can do that stuff. But what I've read, like otherwise, says that those features will be rolled out as they, you know, kind of figure out how to make them work in the public setting. So I don't know. I need to just see this in action, I think. But it's a cool idea. Like the idea of just being able to build these structures and drop them into the real world sounds awesome. And like the, you know, the HoloLens feature that we were promised a few years ago. But as just like an AR game where you have to like go around collecting everything and it's beholden to what you find in the wild, that sounds kind of awful. Just based on how Pokemon Go has been.
I like how the first two comments on this article is, can't wait to populate my neighborhood with giant penises.
Mm-hmm.
And the other one is, how come everyone's first thought with this game is putting penises in people's yards?
Because everybody's secretly gay.
People love dicks. Either they actually love them, like unironically, or they just find them funny. Those are the only two types of people in the world.
And dicks aren't like, you know, fun to look at either. That's the weird thing.
Yeah.
Like in the heat of the moment, like sure, yeah, whatever, but like just casually, like no, it's
like
weird.
if you want a dick, you want
It's
a
ugly.
dick. But like otherwise, it's just like this thing.
Yeah, it's just like.
But for some reason, when you like draw it or like make a Smash Bros stage out of it or build it out of like pixel blocks, it's the funniest thing in the world.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
I don't either.
We're all immature 12-year-old boys.
Well, that's true regardless. Another weird thing that I wasn't expecting is Netflix. So Netflix is making its E3 debut, developing Netflix originals into games. Netflix will arrive at E3 2019 for a panel called Bringing Your Favorite Shows to Life, Developing Netflix Originals into Video Games. Afterwards, it was confirmed that Stranger Things 3, the game, will be just one of the games that will be shown by the company at E3. This was announced back in December. Arriving on PlayStation 4, Switch, PC, Xbox One, mobile devices on July 4th. One game announcement isn't enough for Netflix. Netflix says that there's definitely going to more to come. Meaning that even more games based on Netflix's originality, produced shows and movies are coming soon to a console near you. Fans are expecting to see video game adaptation of shows like The Umbrella Academy, Bright, or Riverdale. Netflix.
No,
that sentence is weird to me. Yeah, Riverdale is a CW show. This budget
maybe
website
that's Joy Freak
doesn't know what they're talking about. They probably meant to say
It is-
Sabrina, which was originally a spin-off of Riverdale, but then Netflix bought it and now it's
Yeah.
unconnected.
Riverdale is on Netflix in Canada. I can tell you that.
But it's not owned.
It's a CW show, though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm just
hey,
saying maybe this
Netflix
person
has distribution rights for all the CW shows after they end their season.
Okay. I'm just saying that maybe this person isn't from America and found it, like, thought it was a Netflix
or they didn't
original.
research.
Exactly, that's what I mean.
Yeah, they should have
Yeah.
known
Come on.
what were Netflix originals.
Yeah, there's a whole tab with them.
Yeah.
I hope this means we'll get a Voltron game because that's a Netflix, the rebooted one. That would be so super sick. Or a She-Ra game. That would be nice. I'm looking at their anime stuff that they've been producing. That would actually be good for video games because a lot of the stuff that they produce, I wouldn't call like video gamey. That could be potential. I don't know.
I haven't
I don't know.
seen
The only
that.
thing that
I haven't seen that Blood, Sex, and Robots yet, though. So
That's weird.
I hear there's a lot of like video game influences in that.
there's some good shorts in that and some that are just kind of okay.
Yeah.
But the only thing that worries me about this, like I'm totally in on Netflix going into the video game market, but Stranger Things 3 doesn't look great. Like it looks like a budget, pixel art, like, hey, we're cool and retro type game. So if that's the only kind of thing they have to offer, I don't really want more of their games developed looking just like that. Like it's just the story of the show, but in a cute pixel art, like top-down view. That's not special.
Yeah, but if they make Voltron cool, like the show was, then I'm down. That's all I want.
Sure.
I just want Voltron, a video.
But that sounds expensive. And Netflix is run by algorithms.
No, they could use the Unity engine. Fuck it.
Maybe. Yeah, it says that there's rumors that Netflix would be reviving Telltale's Stranger Things video game, which I don't necessarily see happening because they're not going to put out 2 Stranger Things games. That's not what they're going to announce, right? It's like, hey, here's a suite of Stranger Things games. Okay, bye. Like, surely there's something else. But I guess they could do that too. I don't know. This is all going to be speculation because we're not going to know what they're going to announce until E3. But it's kind of a weird announcement.
What's the other like big Netflix original stuff?
They just launched a new Ultraman anime series. That's theirs, so that's cool.
I mean, they have like a ton of shows, but I don't know how many of them would make good video games. That's
How about
wouldn't.
Reboot? Because they made that Reboot thing.
Oh no! Why? Why?
No.
Why?
No.
I was just saying.
I could see like an Orange Is the New Black, like using the Escapist engine.
Oh
Just
yeah.
like a DLC pack for the Escapists.
Sure.
And honestly, I would be okay with an Umbrella Academy show, but that a game, but that show is more like about the family drama than actually like a superpower show.
They could always make it about like when they're kids and then when like they're actually on adventures.
I could see that. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Or like they just have their Millar World licensing deal.
That could be it too.
They're going to start working on a few new properties with him. Like they just announced 1 or 2 of them, I think.
Yeah, a lot of his stuff can definitely be farmed for video games.
Yeah. So if that whole deal is like across, because they created new comics for it too, and that comic that they created is going to become a show soon. So if that is expanding past just shows and comics, I mean, you got your games right there.
Yeah.
Just Millar World adaptations. That'd be cool.
I would definitely, yeah. They're all varying different kinds of genres because of what he's written, so they wouldn't placate the same game.
And we could get some things that they probably wouldn't turn into TV shows just because of like oversaturation, like maybe Kick-Ass.
That's a weird one. I don't know.
I mean, we're not going to get another like TV or movie property out of it.
I guess. I don't know.
And Kingsman is still in the movies, so they're not going to do anything with that. I actually don't think they have the rights to that.
No, that's probably like a special contract thing.
Yeah. I don't know. It's interesting. We'll find out in what, like 3 weeks?
Just give me Voltron. That's all I care about.
Yeah, 3 weeks.
And She-Ra, Voltron, She-Ra, and Dragon
She-Ra would
Prince.
work. Like a 2D side scroller beat 'em up of She-Ra.
God, I'm forgetting the characters' names now. God damn it, I love the show too. It's been a while. It's been a while.
Wow. I like they went to the same place.
Yeah.
Cute.
Yeah, that or like God, what was the other show I was saying? The Dragon Prince. That would be a cool a cool like a prequel game, like to show like the war before it happened. That'd be so sick.
Dragon Prince is so good.
Yes, it is. Season 3 when, please?
Soon. I think that I mean it's coming back. We know that.
Yeah, definitely. I know, but I went through season 2 in a day.
Yeah. We stretched it out over like meals and stuff, but I wanted to keep watching. That dragon is so cute.
Yeah. Too bad it's gonna die probably.
Shh, don't kill my dragon baby. Anyway, let's move on.
Yeah.
All right. So speaking of movies and video games, we're moving on to Mortal Kombat movie is finally happening with Simon McQuaid directing. The reason we got this update is because they put out a press release in Australia saying that they're going to film in Adelaide, Australia.
That's so ironic.
Why?
Because Mortal Kombat's super violent and it's not like it's. I don't think you can purchase it in Australia or it's stupidly expensive.
Oh, so it's just because of their laws.
So I just found it ironic. That's just me.
Oh, that's a good thought because I assumed like they're getting a lot of tax kickbacks and stuff from filming in Australia. That's why they're doing it, and I assumed that was going to help them keep the costs down so they could make it R-rated. But now I'm kind of worried that because it's in Australia, that it'll have to be PG-13 so that they can show it in Australia.
And they can always do a cut.
Yeah, they usually do end up with really bad, like edited out cuts.
Yeah, I guess. I hope it's going to be R-rated. Like, we do not need another PG-13 Mortal Kombat movie. That's a bad idea.
So the names attached to this is James Wan.
Aquaman.
Producing.
And then we have Simon McQuaid as the director.
He's only known for commercials so far. He's actually got his feature film coming out later this year. His first feature film, which has been getting good buzz at film festivals and stuff. But commercials, he made that super weird, but like everyone remembers it, Michael commercial for PlayStation. It was like a PlayStation 4 launch commercial, I think.
I don't remember that at all.
That was like kind of cerebral and like inside, like it was like I remember the name of it. Like I can visualize it, but I can't actually remember what it was about. I think it was like inside the head of like this guy named Michael. But it's like it's one of the iconic like video game commercials. So I mean, there's a lot of big names that got their names that got their work started on commercials and then became big names.
Yep. And
it's usually because they did a commercial that was well recognized and successful, and then they got a experimental project like this, like a big name that like has a smaller budget and they can take a risk on it, and it goes huge, and they get there.
Just make sure to cast both Sub-Zero and Scorpion as Asian.
And this is definitely going to have Kano in it because he's the only actually Australian character.
Yeah. Well, he's like iconic, so
yeah,
like you gotta put Kano.
But
in there.
See, that's the thing. Like some of my friends were like dreamcasting. Let me actually pull that list up while I'm vamping.
Dreamcasting.
Yeah. Oh, I see what you did there. They were Mortal Kombat Golding, and yeah, my thought was like, I feel like Kano is going to be an Australian actor, so actually Carl Urban would be a good choice. I thought probably the only way they would get like Chris Hemsworth on board, because I mean, why wouldn't he have an excuse to film in his home continent?
Does he even live there anymore?
Yeah. Oh. I mean, he has a house there.
Okay.
Like when he's not filming other stuff, his family spends their time there. But they could get him as Kano, but I don't think he would really look the part
No,
It'd also be a waste to have him play someone that's not Australian
yeah.
in a movie that's filming in Australia. So
And
that's
also, he's too big of an actor to play fucking Kano. Are you kidding me?
Kano could be a main character. Like if he's like
No, Kano's a jobber.
yeah,
You don't put star power on fucking Kano. Come on.
Kano's funny, and Chris Hemsworth loves playing the funny guy now.
Yeah, but like sure, there's probably plenty of other funny things. You don't put star power behind that.
I think the guy that plays Euron Greyjoy in Game of Thrones would be a perfect Kano, like look wise.
I've seen that guy. Yeah, I can see that.
He's
Yeah,
like
sure.
he's like Swedish or something. He's got a really weird name. I don't
Oscar
remember.
Isaac for Kano. There you go.
No, he's too small.
Size means nothing in movies when you can do trick photography. It means nothing.
I know.
Tom Cruise is like 5'2".
Yeah, and he looks it. Anyway,
no, he doesn't.
the dream casting, like I guess this is something that's going on Reddit, but I just want to share it real quick. Kenshi, Keanu Reeves.
No, because I'd rather Kenshi be Asian.
Fair. Keanu Reeves substitutes for Asian characters a lot, though.
Yeah, but like, if it was back, sure.
Johnny Cage, Ryan Reynolds. I don't like that one.
No,
I've seen stuff going around with people want The Miz to play.
Yes. Yes.
There's a Twitter handle called, his name is Boss Logic. He did a really good artwork. I'm gonna call it art because that's beautiful. Of Chris Pratt as Johnny Cage, and I want that to happen.
I don't
see. I'll get off my list, but I haven't liked Chris Pratt since he got in shape.
Yeah.
He's just not interesting anymore.
Oh, okay.
He just seems smarmy. Like, not smarmy in a good way, like smarmy I don't want to see you way.
Yeah. Like, he's just the generic leading man now.
Yeah.
His charm left when he became the action star, because he wasn't given those funny roles anymore.
I'm gonna tell
like,
you,
even Star-Lord's fun, but he's not the best part of the Guardians.
No.
I like him.
Fair. Also, I know who Boss Logic is. He's the one that broke this news. Just for the record.
Oh, okay. You didn't mention him, so.
Oh.
I saw it on the article. I didn't actually read this article before now. Because I saw this news elsewhere.
Well, go follow out Boss Logic because he does really good. Like,
yeah, he's awesome.
He did a Gal Gadot, Melina Katana thing. I'm like, that's super cool.
I'm getting to that actually. He also did a series of Captain America versus other Chris Evans characters. And
the Evans verse. Yeah, that was cool.
I love it. Anyway, Jax Terry Crews.
He's too old.
Yeah, I agree. I think it should be Mike
too
Coulter.
old.
Yeah.
I think Mike Coulter would be a really good Jax.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be opposed to Terry Crews either.
Oh, I can just see Mike Coulter's pecs again. Oh, yes.
Yeah, it'd be great. This one I really like, but I'm not sure it totally fits. I can't think of anyone better. But Jade as Zoe Saldana.
That's too easy. I feel like that's way too fucking easy.
Yeah. But
She'd be fine. I think she could do it, but it's just way too easy.
Katana, Gal Gadot.
Yeah, definitely. If she wasn't Wonder Woman, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, that seems pretty obvious, but I'm not sure they're going to get her.
Probably not. She's probably signed up with Wonder Woman and other
It's
stuff.
going to be a budget movie, let's be honest.
Yeah.
We'll get maybe one or two big stars, like at most, and then like a bunch of like B-rate, like TV stars, which is fine. We can get some good TV stars. Get them some movie recognition. That's why I thought Euron, like the guy that plays him, as Kano, because he's a TV star. And Game of Thrones is almost over. Kung Lao, Donnie Yen.
Yes.
That one seems possible.
Yeah.
And I think it's actually pretty good. And then, like I mentioned, Euron as Kano. Let's see. I think that's most of it. Yeah. But, I mean, do you have any, like, specific... I can't think of Raiden. Like, I can't think of a modern Raiden.
Just make him a CGI dude and get the game voice actor to voice him. Just do that.
I hope it was Michael Caine.
No.
Michael Caine as Raiden.
Because whoever Raiden has to be, Raiden has to command a sense of authority just when you look at him.
Michael Caine.
And with and I don't see it. Fuck, I can't think of an actor who I would want to be Lord Raiden.
Right. That's hard. Yeah, casting this movie is difficult.
Yeah, fuck it. Is what's his name? The actor from the first movie. Is he busy?
Christopher Lambert? No.
Yeah, get him back so I can hear again.
I mean, he was doing Oh wait, no, that wasn't Christopher Lambert. Was it?
Thomas Jane as Lord Raiden.
Ooh, that's actually pretty good. Yeah, I could see that. Good job.
If that happens, I want credit, internet. I want legit credit.
We should another time. I mean, we have time right now, but another time we should like fan cast the whole, like who all we would think would be in a Mortal Kombat movie. Yeah, who should play them?
Who the initial roster and
because I'm sure they would try to fit as many characters as they can, but they would be the main ones. Like I can't think of really a modern Sonya Blade either, except maybe like January Jones, maybe. But
you have to beef up a little bit, like tonally, like. But
she's not out of shape by any means.
But like I would expect Sonya not to be like bulging, but like to be like she's a military woman, and I've never seen. I'm sure she could do it. She's Hollywood. It's Hollywood. They could get her on a workout, but
she was in good shape like for the first Star Trek and X-Men First Class, like that time.
Yeah, but like when I look at, I think it's Sonya Blade, like similar to Raiden. I need to see intimidation coming from them just by looking at them.
Actually, in Daredevil season 3, like I think that was a good look for her when she was Typhoid Mary. That kind of fit that.
She wasn't in Daredevil season 3.
No, who am I thinking of? Not Jeremy.
You're thinking of probably Jessica Jones?
No.
Luke Cage? Not Luke Cage.
It's not January Jones.
Iron Fist?
The other one that looks like
Iron
January
Fist
Jones.
that was in.
It wasn't Iron Fist? Yeah, that's right.
Because I ought to remember Typhoid Mary. And
what is her name? I get them confused all the time.
Mm.
It's the one that looks like January Jones but isn't. I can't remember. But that's who I was actually thinking of. I don't know. This is bad radio.
Yeah, and just cast an unknown Asian guy as Liu Kang and make him a hero.
Give someone their start.
Yeah, just like Robin, like he gave Robin Shield all those years ago.
Agreed. Because he's going to be the star, unfortunately. I think they should do something like a Fujin situation, where it's like following someone fresh to the Mortal Kombat tournament, and like maybe Liu Kang is the mentor or something like that. But bring in a new character that's not obvious. But they're definitely going to do Liu Kang. Anyway, I'm excited. Like, it's been too long.
Yeah.
We've talked about this during the watch-alongs, but man, I'm glad to have more news about this movie. Even if it ends up being bad, we'll still watch it.
Yeah. Thomas Jane is Lord Raiden. Heard it here.
SEGA has revealed 10 more games for the Sega Genesis Mini.
May I reveal the numbers?
What?
Are you going to say the American versions?
Yeah, I'll say the American versions first, and I'll say the Japanese.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
It's a good list, actually.
Yeah, so for the next wave, they've announced, I'm going to go from top to bottom up because it actually gets better that way. Saving the best for last, or the most surprising for last. So starting off, we have Wonder Boy and Monster World, so that's pretty cool.
Is that the same one that's on Switch?
I don't know, because the ones on Switch is a Mega Drive one. So it might be a different one. I'm not sure. There's a lot of Wonder Boy games, apparently. I don't know. After that, we got Vector Man. Sonic the Hedgehog Spinball. Cool. I remember liking that game back in the day.
Is that a pinball game, I assume?
It's a pinball game. It's fun. Phantasy Star 4, The End of Millennium, which I heard is possibly the best Phantasy Star game. Never played it, but I heard it's really good. Golden Axe. Of course you got to put Golden Axe on there. Come on.
I will be happy.
Yeah. Beyond Oasis. I've heard of that. Never played it.
Oh, I know that actually, because there was a sequel, I think, on like PS1 or something. I've looked into it. I think that's one of like the Zelda clones.
Yeah, I think so. It's superly expensive, but it's not very good from what I understand. Alex Kidd in the Enchanted Castle, aka the mascot, Sega's mascot before Sonic kicked him to the curb. Ghouls and Ghosts, I guess. Street Fighter 2 Special Champion Edition, because you got to put Street Fighter 2 on there.
Of course.
But this makes me like, what? Sega, please give me the option to buy the 6-button controller.
They have those, like, there's people that have made them. I don't know if it's compatible with this thing.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Sega, if they sell it separately, I'll buy it. I'll buy it separately. But the final one, which is honestly the most shocking, is Mega Man The Wily Wars, which, just to give a little education, this is a game that was released physically in both Japan and Europe. It's basically a remake. I don't remember how many of the early Mega Man games. It's not all 6 or anything like that, but done in the Sega Genesis engine. So basically 16-bit Mega Man before Mega Man 7. It's either before or right around the same time. and we were supposed to get it in North America. We actually did get it, but it was through the Sega Channel dial-up service system where you could download games through your cable provider, which is like crazy to think about. We never got a physical release, so technically this is its first official release in North America, which is pretty wild to think about. So yeah, you call some Mega Man and 16-bit action. Warning: the Mega Man games, it's basically Mega Man, but with Genesis chiptune music. So get used to that.
Hell yeah! Give me that bass.
So that's not like I thought that was like another version of like the Power Battles games.
No, it's straight up like the classic Mega Man games, just remade using Sega Genesis technology, like chiptune, Genesis chiptune music and everything.
So all of them.
Here's I don't know how many there's. Here's the cool thing though about this one is that it adds a special mode called the Wily Tower where you can mix and match all the power-ups from the Mega Man games, and you take on like the special challenge tower. You can, and it's pretty cool. I've seen it. It's just, again, you just can't get it physically, or it's never been available digitally to purchase anywhere either. So I'm glad that we're finally going to be able to play Genesis Mega Man, which is so weird to say.
That's so weird. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
it looks weird too. It looks nothing like Mega Man 7 either. It
has I looked it up. It's the first 3 games for the record.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And it has just kind of like a squat, like it looks like the NES art style, but like they just added pixels into the sprites.
Yeah.
So it's like that kind of squat Mega Man. It's not the Mega Man 7.
No. Yeah.
But it just has more depth to it.
But the Wily Tower is what makes it fun, because you could take the weapons from any of the 3 Mega Man games and basically do your own custom Mega Man and then take on that tower. Okay. So that's super cool, and makes me glad I'm going to be buying this when it comes out.
But you play each game separately, right? Like you don't keep stacking like 18 powers?
Yes. So like you'll get Mega Man 1, 2, and 3, and then the mode, that Wily Tower mode, is where you can like choose which ones you want out of the 3, from those 3.
Okay.
So you play Mega Man 1, you get those power-ups. You play Mega Man 2, you get those moves, so on and so forth.
That's cool.
So just quickly for Japan, for people who may be interested in buying the Mega Drive version, you're going to get Goes and Goes. I'm not going to try to pronounce this Japanese name.
Thank
you. Street Fighter 2 Dash Plus Champion Edition, which I like that name better. Of course, you're going to get Rockman Mega World, which I kind of like that name better than just Wily Wars. Golden Axe, of course. They're getting Super Shinobi, or the Revenge of Shinobi as it's known in America.
That's a good game.
Yes, it is. They're also getting Phantasy Star, and they're getting The Story of Thor, a successor of the light, which I've never heard of.
What?
That's it. Probably looks better in Japanese when you write it out. They're getting a Tant R, which I almost said Taint R because that's what it looks like to me. Party
Tainter.
Quiz Mega Q. Never heard of. And then finally, Yu Yu Hakusho Mayako Toitsutsu, which is I didn't know Yu Yu Hakusho had a game for the Genesis.
Oh man, there's so many anime games from this era.
I didn't know it had been around that long.
Neither have I.
They're all Japanese.
Later in, but that's cool. But the Wily Wars, yeah.
As a reminder, there's 30 games on this thing?
Yeah, more than the SNES one, which is awesome.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. I might actually get this thing.
Genesis
It's kind of like, I never was a big fan of the Genesis. But like, there's some really good stuff on this. But as a reminder, the first 20 games on top of the ones that have already been listed, just to go down them real quick: Echo the Dolphin, Castlevania Bloodlines, Space Harrier 2, Shining Force, Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine, which sounds like a name of a weird sex tape. Yeah. Toe Jam and Earl, Comics Zone, Sonic the Hedgehog 1, Altered Beast, Gunstar Heroes, Castle of Illusion and World of Illusion, Thunder Force 3, which also kind of sounds like a sex tape, Super Fantasy Zone, definitely sounds like a sex tape, Shinobi 3, Return of the Ninja Master.
Hey babe, want to come back to my Super Fantasy Zone?
Right? I can picture the music in my head. Streets of Rage 2, very angry sex tape. Earthworm Jim, gross. Sonic the Hedgehog 2, Contra, hardcore, definitely a sex tape. And Landstalker. So you're getting 30 games and approximately like 7 sex tapes.
I think there's supposed to be 40 in total, maybe, or is it 30?
I don't know.
That's 30 so far.
Because that means if that's the case,
say?
that means there's no Sonic 3 Knuckles, and that's kind of disappointing.
I rather would have had Golden X2 over Golden X1.
The release will include the console with 40 games.
Okay, so there's another batch
So
coming.
yeah, there's still okay. Then we're definitely getting Sonic and Knuckles.
Yeah, Sonic 3 Knuckles, hopefully, where it's just one game.
Oh, those are different things.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's supposed to be
they
one
are,
big
yeah.
game.
Oh,
It's
Yeah,
one
you
cartridge plugged into another cartridge.
Yeah,
I don't
and
know
that's
these
and it's
things.
basically one bit. Yeah,
It's
you never heard of
weird.
that?
It's
Yeah,
very weird.
Because they released Sonic 3 early because they were rushed on time, and then a year later they released it. It's basically an expansion, and you could plug Sonic 3 Sonic 3 into that cartridge, and it connects like one big game. So instead of ending at Deathline Battery Zone, it continues directly into Mushroom Hill Zone at the beginning of Sonic 3 Knuckles.
Oh,
So it's pretty cool. Yeah, that, if you play
I
it on
thought
Steam,
Sonic 3 and Knuckles was Sonic 3.
No,
Like, I didn't
no.
know there was a okay.
Yeah, and if you play it on Steam, it's like that. But
No, I played it on the Genesis. I only know Sonic 3 and Knuckles, I guess.
yeah, no, it's two different. Technically, it's two different cards, but it was supposed to be one game, but they ran out of time.
Huh.
You can also put Sonic 2 into that Knuckles cartridge and play Knuckles in Sonic 2.
Really?
For those who have never heard that before.
That's neat.
Yeah, I love the Genesis.
Yeah, Genesis is weird. Speaking of weird things, we have the Metal Gear Solid is being made in Dreams.
What even is Dreams? Like it's insane.
It's
a-
like create your own thing.
It's
No,
like
I know what it is. That was a
yeah.
hypothetical.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I'm saying
Oh.
like you can play like Mario, Pokemon, like literally everything has been remade in Dreams, and the game isn't even actually out yet.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just put this in here because I thought it was weird to see. It's so cool to see this because like Metal Gear Solid has a weird perspective that it does, and you can go first person. There's so much weird shit in that game. So like I want to see. I actually want to get Dreams just to play this thing.
I want to get Dreams just to see what kind of crazy things are made.
Yeah.
Because it's like Little Big Planet, but anything is possible.
Pretty much. I'm
Which
waiting for
people
somebody
are going
to
to
go
go
night
crazy
into
for.
Dreams in Dreams. Because you know it's going to happen.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. Unfortunately.
They're going to port
Oh my
Knights,
God.
like the original game, into Dreams, which is going to be even more confusing.
Yes.
All right. And let's finish off with the game everyone is here for. Super
Yeah.
Mario Maker 2.
Yay.
Oh, Vince bitter.
I'm not. Oh my
He's
God.
not bitter, he just doesn't really
I'm
care.
kidding. I'm kidding.
You're portraying me. No. It's fine, whatever.
Calm down, internet. Don't go after him. Anyways, Super Mario Maker 2 had a direct, and there is a lot going on in this direct.
Yeah.
So let's start off with my most look forward to feature is the versus mode.
Yes. The competitive?
Yeah, the competitive. So the online competitive. It's basically just like you load in with 3 other friends and you race to the end and try and beat the level while screwing everyone else over.
Like only one person has to make it to the end.
Yeah.
And then you all get scored.
Yeah.
Like the cooperative one, only one person has to make it to the end, and then you all move forward.
Mm-hmm.
But the competitive is the exact same thing, except everyone is scored. Because dick move.
Right. So yeah, that's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to getting some people together and playing some of that.
Yeah. Me and Xander were talking about that last night, actually, in the stream. That he's excited for the game to come out so we can all just screw each other over with terrible stages. And... Yeah. It's
So
gonna
yeah,
be great.
they also showed off some new themes, including and also levels. So including desert, winter, forest, and a brand new nighttime option.
Sky.
What?
Also Sky.
So sky.
The nighttime looked awesome. Like I didn't know that would affect so much.
That's crazy. It's basically like you take the sun and put it down, and then you can shake it, or I guess you can eventually just have it set to be that. But you can change the level to nighttime, and it'll like affect, like the moon will come after you. You can grab that; it'll clear enemies off the screen. There's also a part where it can invert the level, so you're jumping down instead of up, which is weird.
Like gravity is switched,
Yeah,
basically.
they
But I
basically just
picture
took the
like
level.
making an above ground stage with the sun like chasing you. And
Yeah,
you go through a tunnel and go to the sub area that has the moon and everything is upside down.
that sounds so cool.
Yeah.
It's like
This game is insane.
it's like going to Moonside in Earthbound.
Earthbound.
Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say like I loved the gravity like mechanics in Mario Galaxy. So like if they actually have like items that let you swap the gravity as you go, like that would be really cool.
So yeah, they also included Red Yoshi, Angry Sun. Already talked about that. Slopes that's already been shown off. On switches, which is kind of nuts.
That'll be amazing for puzzle solving.
Custom scrolling levels, so you don't have to just have one scrolling level and one constant speed. You can change the speed and when it scrolls, which is pretty cool.
And you can change the direction it scrolls too.
Yep, that's super cool. Also, a single player story mode, brand new music, which is cool. They also have a new world, which is 3D world. But the way they did this is more, they just put it into a 2D plane.
But like if you're in the middle of creating a world and you try to switch to 3D world, it'll clear your course.
Oh, okay.
So like there's things that happen in 3D world that only happen there. So you have to start fresh anytime you want to make something in that style.
Yeah, like the Cat
Which is really
Mario
cool.
stuff. Like Cat Mario can climb a bunch of obstacles and stuff, so they have to.
There's the bullet bills that can go forward through the level, and
Yep.
all kinds of crazy stuff in that mode specifically.
There's also bonsai bills now, which is cool. I'm all about that.
New enemy types.
Also, you can like ride dry bones in a weird way. Like you can get
Well,
inside.
it's a power up. It's like you've read its shell.
Yeah, you ride in its shell and you can ride through lava, which is
Yeah.
that blew my mind. I was like, what?
There's gonna be some like I remember the first Mario Maker had some cool like Metroid type levels. You know, like you get power ups throughout and it helps you complete areas of the level. There's gonna be some insane ones now that you can like ride dry bones, and there was some other things they changed. The blocks, the on off blocks. And
Also,
there's another power up. I can't remember.
I don't remember what the power up is, but you can change the level of the water, so like it can like go up and down throughout the level, kind of like in Mario World 2, and like I think the second level. So the water can go up and down. And it can go up and down as high as you want to, which is nuts.
And it can change throughout too.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah,
This game
is such a comprehensive Mario creator.
Like
It's gonna be amazing. I'm not sure I can even think of ideas for this. Honestly, there's so many things you can do. I feel overwhelmed.
Yeah, when this first came out, I didn't know like how much they were gonna add or change, but this is like a whole new game.
Yeah, this is very much a sequel. This could not have been added into the original. Like there was no possible way this could have been DLC. This is very much a sequel. But the cool thing is like there was the extra modes thing, which is where the 3D world was, and it had space for at least one more extra style. So people are thinking that it's going to be Mario 2.
Yeah.
Because it's things that can't just be swapped between. Like you have to actually clear the stage and like start over. I don't necessarily think I'd want Mario 2.
Oh man.
Because it's too different. Like, would people really enjoy creating Mario 2 levels?
Yes.
I don't know.
I'm not really great at making levels, so I can't really think of what kind of levels to make, but I do like Mario World 2, or not Mario World 2, Mario 2. And it's such a different type of playstyle. Like, you can't even jump on enemies and kill them. You have to pick them up and throw them at shit. And then there's the secret doors with the potion. Stuff like that. Like,
yeah, I mean, it would definitely be a different style because it's not so much about the platforming. It's more about like the how you get from A to B, which is inherently platforming, but it's more like slower, kind of the. I don't know. It's a different type of platforming.
it is weird, and it's also a completely different game in Japan.
Yeah.
So like,
but
I just want them to
honestly
acknowledge it. That's all I want.
I don't think it's going to happen. I think it's going to be some kind of like maybe a future Mario game they're going to announce and it's going to be that style. But I would love to see Mario Land 2 be the next style. Because that game also is very different from the others. It has a lot of unique things like Bunny Mario and things like that. but it's such a cool, unique style that I think could benefit the game well.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I don't know what else they would add.
They also added a car. They gave Mario a car.
Yeah, that's so random. The
It's
3D
so
world.
weird.
I think I saw all of like the Mario Kart type levels where you're like, you know, the auto scrollers.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, fine, have a car.
Oh, it's so weird. What else did they have? Clear pipes are here. That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Track blocks will follow any path the player draws. Blue ones start moving when the player steps on it. Piranha Creeper is in this. They've
A lot of these are the 3D world editions.
Yeah.
Parachutes are pretty cool.
Oh yeah, they've added parachutes. Pretty sweet. And the only other thing they have here that is a course world online hub where players can play and share courses as well as play together. I think Course World was in the first game, wasn't it?
It was.
Okay.
It's worth noting, though, that you need the Nintendo Online service to be able to play other people's levels online and share yours online.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So this is going to be their big online push.
Yeah.
They probably should have had it last year when it launched, but, you know, they had Smash, I guess. That's something.
That worked for people.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can buy this game as well as Nintendo Switch Online bundle. If you buy that, it adds on to your existing subscription. You save $15, and then also the Switch game vouchers,
which we mentioned a little bit earlier.
Yeah. For Canada, it's $132.99. In America, it's $99.99.
Is that much difference? Holy crap!
Yeah, it's the dollar conversion is bad here.
Is it still like a $20 deal?
It's like $26 here.
Okay.
So it's not bad.
Yeah.
Considering that Nintendo games never go on sale, this is the best sale you'll ever get.
That's why I did it.
Exactly.
I'll probably get another one in a few weeks, like for future games like Zelda and Pokemon.
Yeah. This voucher thing is going to be around until I think next year. It's only going to be like a year-long thing.
Oh, they've actually announced a date?
I'm pretty sure. Like I don't see it here, but I could have sworn I saw that. But yeah, I also bought this. I also picked up Octopath Traveler, because that's another game I wanted to get, and I don't see it go on sale all that often.
Never. It's also one of the few third-party games that's on the list.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's an exclusive, but it's still a third-party game.
Oh, it's on PC now, actually. It launched not too long ago.
Oh, it did? I thought it was still to come.
Yep.
Okay.
So yeah,
there was some other game I was expecting to be on the list that I was going to pick up instead. I can't remember what it is right now. And it wasn't on there. But it's also an exclusive.
I don't know.
I can't remember. Dang it. But yeah, I'm kind of surprised Octopath was on that list, honestly.
Yeah.
Because a lot of it was like, you know, Breath of the Wild, Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze, Pokemon, like Mario Odyssey, those kind of games.
Yep. Yeah. So that's it. Did I miss anything from that direct?
I mean, it was only like 17 minutes, but it felt so long.
Really?
The main hype stuff, I think, was the multiplayer aspects.
Yeah.
Because like the fact that you can build levels together locally, like my brother and I could like we did that before actually. Like we, I think with the first game, I did a video where I would build part of a level, and then he went in and like kind of tweaked, like just using the same controller, you know, like tweaked parts of it, and then I went back in and tweaked more of it, and then like we both kind of played through that level to see if it was okay, and that was really fun. But, like being able to do that live, like just both, you know, like hands, touching the level all over the place, like that's really cool.
That is cool.
And then the fact that you can get 4 people in there, either locally or online, and just run it. Because there's actually going to be tags on the course world or whatever it's called, for like multiplayer levels, like levels that are intended to be played with multiple people, and that's going to be insane. And I can't wait because our friends are going to be so evil with it, in the best way.
I also forgot to mention that they added. So in the direct, they showed off this weird structure that's basically like a mech. I don't know if you remember that.
Oh yeah, they like built a bunch of things up together.
They like stacked a bunch of like enemies and launchers and stuff on top of each other,
Yeah, what was
and had
that?
Bowser Jr. like ride it. It was ridiculous. So maybe that's another new thing that like I know you could stack enemies on enemies before, but like this seems like a whole.
You can like create
level.
like towers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
What was that? And there's some cool other blocks and like new enemies and stuff. There's like multiple coins, which coins were never that big of a deal, I feel like. But it seems like now they are used to unlock something. I don't remember what it was. Oh, it was stuff for your maker. You have like a maker profile.
Yeah.
And like you use the coins to like buy new outfits and stuff. So at least they have a purpose.
Like you can design your me.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, I think that's going to be it for the show tonight, guys. Justin, where can the people find you?
I'm still trying to find this mech thing. They can find me.
I can give you a link to it later.
Okay, I mean, I've got the video up. I just can't find the exact mech spot. They can find me if they look up Zero Score on Twitter or YouTube or Twitch. I'm actually going to start soon. I decided last night on the stream. A few of his people followed me because he was asking like if I've been streaming and he did a cast or whatever. I was like, fine, I'm gonna stream, but like with Mario Maker 2 coming out soon, I want to like build that audience a little bit. So I think I'm gonna try to start next week. Just like one day a week, a few hours, whatever. But I got to figure out what day works best. Kind of last minute, I know. But find me on Twitch at Zero Score Gaming. I think I said YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, I guess. Yeah. All over the internet, just look up Zero Score. I'm sure I'll show up. There's not a lot of people named Zero Score.
Ben.
You can find me at twitter.com/marlosiggy, where I try not to tweet about things that'll get people to hate me on Twitter. So that's why I retweet anime titties. Yeah, I kind of don't feel motivated to do anything, so just follow me for my retweets of cool art and funny memes. Yeah.
And you can follow me on Twitter, CSG Thomas on Twitter. You can also check us here at chartshot.com. We post videos in audio files, podcasts. You can also review us on iTunes, Stitcher, anywhere you can get your podcast. We're also on, I was going to say Shopify again. It's Spotify.
Shopify.
I work with Shopify all day. It's stuck in my brain.
Oh, that's a thing?
Yeah, it's like a e-commerce platform.
Ah.
But yeah, Spotify. Check us out there. And you can also email me, thomas@chargeshot.com. And until then, guys, enjoy your games.